So hello and welcome. You're watching Revsportz. I'm Vaibhav Tripathi and with me is Debasis and we are reporting from the R Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, which will play host to the playoff matches of LPL 2026, which begins tomorrow. And tomorrow is a double header. First game will be played between the top two teams. That is the defending champions SC Jaffna Kings will take on Galle Gallants. In the evening game, Colombo Caps will take on Kandy Royals, and that match will be an eliminator. First match will be the qualifier one. In this video will be will be going in detail with the discussion. We'll be doing the preview of both the games, and we'll try to figure out which teams can move on to the next stage in this video. But before that, we'll give you a prep of how the things are turning up at the R Premadasa Stadium. So while we were walking from our hotel towards the stadium, if you are in and around the Premadasa, you can sense the vibe, you can sense the flavor of LPL, and that is very evident. The branding, everything, the promotions are going on, and the SLC and the organizers are leaving no stones unturned for the preparation of the playoffs, and that is very evident if you are around the Premadasa. Even if you are traveling in the capital city, you can sense that. Now coming to the first fixture, Devashish first will discuss the afternoon fixture. That will be the first game of tomorrow, the SC Jaffna Kings versus the Galle Gallants. It's a even Steven for me. It's a even Steven match because obviously two top teams both have played best cricket so far in this tournament, and that's why they are at the position in which they are. But if you want to give edge, first hand edge, which team you will give it to?
I would rather give it to Jaffna Kings, the defending champions, because of their bowling attack. Means, if you look at the top three bowling wicket takers in LPL so far, it is all Jaffna Kings. Means, be it Elijah Williams, be it Dunit Walalege or Dilshan Madhushanka, means everyone, and obviously Elijah Williams with 14 wickets and the other two with 13 wickets apiece. And then you have a Shakib Al Hasan. I think they have a lot of variety and depth with regards to their bowling. Obviously, when it comes to batting, I would say that Galle Gallants have a slight edge. So it will be the Galle Gallants batting against the SC Jaffna Kings bowling. And that will test because if you ask me, obviously Sam Harper for Galle Gallants has given a perfect start for them. He has been phenomenal. He has almost scored 303 runs. Vaibhav, for me, I think it will. But also, if you ask me, Jaffna Kings also have a good batting, and especially if you ask me, Charit Asalanka, he has also been amongst runs. So
Charit is for Galle.
Charit Asalanka is for Galle Gallants, but obviously, if you ask for Sam Harper, I said uh, mm, mm, Kamil Mishara for Jaffna King. That why so I think Kamil Mishara has in fact he was part of that century partnership.
Yes.
In fact, in two matches. So I think they're
First there was a 100-run partnership against Kandy Royals in that game. Avishka Fernando, Kamil Mishara, in which Vanindu Hasaranga, withdraw his appeal. And then there was another partnership against the same opposition, Kandy Royals, between Avishka Fernando, Kamil Mishara, the SC Jaffna Kings openers. They put on 90 odd runs against the same opposition, Kandy Royals. So again, if you talk about SC Jaffna Kings batting, it relies heavily on the top order, Avishka Fernando and Kamil Mishara. Then they have a Bhanuka Rajapaksa, again an experienced campaigner. But if you look at after that, then 4-5 becomes a concern. Lower middle order, their lower middle order is phenomenal. If you talk about their lower middle order, they have a tower hit Hridoy, who's been phenomenal ever since he has joined the team. He's been striking close
especially
to
strike rate. Vaibhav.
exactly. He's been striking
190
close
plus
to
strike rate.
exactly. He's been striking close to 200, and then they have a Shakib Al Hasan, Dunit Wellage. These two guys have been doing really well in the lower middle order. They have a fearsome striker in Chamindu Vikram Singhe, who's been a revelation in this tournament so far. He hasn't bowled because of some certain reasons, but with the bat, with that MRF bat, he has been a sensation. But if you compare it with the Galle Gallants batting, I think Galle Gallants batting by far has been the best batting. Not just Sam Harper and Charit Asalanka. If you look at the other players as well, they have a Sahan Arachige, they have a Chamika Karunaratne, who's been again a revelation with the bat in this tournament. We have seen other side of Chamika Karunaratne. Then Dasun Chanaka, experienced camper, a reliable lower order batter who has scored runs in this tournament, who has scored important runs at a good strike rate. So I think overall, from top to bottom, if you look at Gol Gallant's batting, you will say that they have the best batting lineup. And SC Jaffna Kings, as Debasis has already said, and I have said this many a times since the start of the tournament. If you look at their spin bowling attack, Shakib Al Hasan, Traven Matthew, Dunit Velalage, then you have a Piyush Chawla as well. You have
He
got
might not get a
the
chance as well.
yeah, he might not get a chance because of the number of spinners already there, and all the players are. If you leave apart Traven Matthew, Dunit Velalage can bat, Shakib can bat. So they have a lot of utility players in their team, and utility players in this format plays a very important role. So I think it will be a close contest, but according to I still think that Gol Gallants has a better chance of going into the final. They will outclass SC Jaffna King, according to me. Devashish thinks it's SC Jaffna Kings. I think it's Gol Gallants. But now let's switch our attention to the Eliminator, Colombo Caps, and Candy Rolls. And this becomes somewhat easy because Candy Royals, if you see, they have a depleted squad at their disposal. Colombo Caps also have lost a lot of important players, including their captain Kushal Mendis, but they still, if you look at the squad composition, they still look in a better state. What do you think, Debashish?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, I would still say that Colombo Caps will have a slight edge over Candy Royals because of the fact that you said about the players going out, and of all the players concerned are overseas cricketers, be it a Shine Shafridi, be it a Sadiqullah Atal, or be it a Moin Ali. So I think three crucial players in that lineup, and that will just do play a part. But when you talk about Colombo Caps, I think. They started the tournament on a high, but there was a slight hiccup towards the middle. But they would need to do now is to go out there and win that eliminator, because they would rather want to be in that second qualifier.
Definitely, and if you look at the Colombo Caps, team, they have got some good players. Camendo Mendes has picked up ever since he has been appointed as the captain. He's looked different, batter altogether. Then they have Sadira Samar Vikrama, Rumen Herman, Ben McDermott. Those two overseas players will be very crucial. I think they will be very important to Colombo's chances. Then if you look at their bowling attack, Binura Fernando, if he plays or not, is another question because he's been carrying an injury. He's been battling an injury concern. But apart from that, they have a Shahnawaz Dani who's bowled really well in this tournament. And if you look at Milan Ratnayake in the death overs, he's been revelation again. So I think. Going by the bowling attack as well, I think Colombo Caps have a decent bowling attack. But if you look at the other hand, the Candy Royals, they have Angelo Matthews is battling an injury. Only three overseas players in Vijay Shankar. Vijay Shankar is there. Then Del Phillips is there. So only three, and Zahir Khan, the left arm wrist spinner from Afghanistan. These are the only three overseas players that are there for Candy Rolls. And the squad, they have some problems, whether it's the entry points of the batters, which we have been discussing ever since the start of the tournament, some strategical decisions. I think they have to get their strategy right in order to beat Colombo Caps, or it will be very difficult. What do you think, Devash?
But I think obviously for Candy Royals, Lahiru Udara, he has been the batsman in form, the highest run scorer in LPL so far, 384 runs. I think um, he has to play out of his skin. Means he has to play perhaps the best knock of the tournament. If Candy Royals really aim to be make it to the qualifier too. I mean, it will be an uphill task with the absence of so many players. But as I said, cricket is a very very funny game. But Lahiru Udara, the kind of form he has been, I think he might just have to play to his best.
And also the experienced players like Kusal Pereira will have to join the party. It cannot be Lahiru Udara because he's been the one who has carried his team on his back so far in this tournament. And now, last game, Pawan Sandesh looked really well. The uncapped batter, he looked really good in that last game of Candy Royals. So I think it will remain to be seen who supports Lahiru Udara. If batting clicks, then obviously Candy will also be in with a chance. But if it is only about Lahiru Udara, then it will be very difficult for them to defeat defeat a team like Colombo Caps. So yeah, that's it from us from here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. You let us know your predictions about tomorrow's games, and we'll be here to give you all the coverage related to the playoffs. So stay tuned to Rev Sports. Thank you.